Jamel President grew up less than a mile from the College of Charleston and graduated from Burke High School. He was as hard-nosed and spirited as any player I have ever coached. On the defensive end, he always guarded our opponent's best scorer. His jump shot was picture perfect, and he iced many games with his foul shots. In fact, in his senior year, he ranked 4th nationally from the foul stripe. He played in the backcourt with Anthony Johnson, and they made a magnificent duo. In an NCAA game against Stanford at the United Center in Chicago, Jamel was voted Chevrolet Player of the Game. After graduation from the college, Jamel has given so much back to the community. He presents to youngsters seminars in SAT taking and academics, and conducts clinics and camps teaching the ABCs of basketball. He is also president and CEO of the Day Foundation. Jamel, congratulations, and a big thanks for your contributions and the role model you have become for the youth of Charleston.
President Benson.
Fundamentally mindful. And tonight, oatmeal recipe edition, we got Janet Carter talking about nutrition, Harry Cornell focusing on academics, and myself will be talking about skill development. Day 2, fundamentally mindful.
Hi, this is Janet Carter, registered dietitian with the Medical University of South Carolina, and today we're going to talk about injury nutrition and recovery nutrition. So with injuries, it's definitely important to heal your muscles or your tendons or whatever is injured. And there are a few specific nutrients that are helpful with the healing process. However, almost all nutrients are very important with healing. So as long as you're getting a good variety of foods, you should be able to heal properly with rest. But I do want to talk about specific nutrients that can help with the healing process. First of all, there's vitamin C, and vitamin C comes from a lot of fruits and vegetables for the most part. And then there's vitamin A, which also comes from a lot of fruits and vegetables, but also eggs are a very good source of vitamin A. And then there's zinc. Zinc is also an important healing nutrient, and that comes from mostly red meats and nuts. If you're going to choose red meats to get your zinc, be really careful and just choose very lean cuts of red meat so that you don't increase your level of saturated fat intake. The other nutrient that is important with healing is protein. And I don't want you to think that you need to load up on a lot of protein all the time when you're injured or recovering, but it is important to have some protein in your day. Now we're going to talk about recovery nutrition. And recovery nutrition is going to be more for after just a practice or a game. It's not really going to be when you're recovering from an injury, which we already talked about. It's going to be very similar, and it's important to get a lot of the same nutrients, of course, and overall good nutrition, but more specifically, you're going to want to focus on carbohydrates for your recovery from a practice or an event. So with your muscles, they have a storage form of calories called glycogen, and you use up a lot of that glycogen during a long bout of exercise. And so it's important to replenish your stores of glycogen so that you're able to perform again the next day. And the way to do that is to be sure that you're eating a good amount of carbohydrates within an hour of the event. And that way your glycogen stores will be replenished for the next time you exercise. So that's all that you need to know about recovery nutrition and eating for injury healing. And if you want any more information or if you want your own personalized information, please contact me at dietjc24@yahoo.com.
When using the blanket scale of quality points, this is how the NCAA comes up with the core GPA that they then put on the sliding scale to determine initial eligibility of a high school athlete in any sport. As you can see, we have the 16 core classes that we discussed, listed under course taken and under course needed. We have the grades by a student athlete, and we have the points for each grade given. As they total in the 16, you add up the quality points. There are 44 quality points for this particular student athlete. You divide it by the 16 core classes, and this student athlete has a core GPA of a 2.75. That GPA will be plotted on the scale, the sliding scale, to determine his eligibility NC2A.
Dating we find out life.
Right on you. Damn. Okay, Cole.
This is a Mickey monster.
Hey, this is Harry Cornell from Page 16. We're here today at Sanders Clyde with Day TV, Fundamentally Mindful.
Dating we find out life.
We're here today in Day TV, and Dion Richardson, head coach at Burke basketball. How you doing today, big guy?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Good, good. So we can go right into it, Coach. Let's talk about the Dion. Talk about the Dion growing up and where you're from and how all this, kind of fell into your lap.
All right. Well, I'm from here, Charleston, Mount Pleasant, born and raised. Spent most of my life there until my mom was in the military, moved away, went to Georgia. Went overseas 6 years, did high school over there and graduated high school and then came back home, and still here. I never thought I'd be here. Thought I'd still be gone,
Right.
So I spent so much time off. I'm back here and just trying to be positive and stay in the community and help out where I can, see where I fit in at.
Definitely. And you said you went to Charleston Southern University?
Yeah, I went to Charleston Southern University, graduated there in 2002, small school, Went from there and went on to Citadel Grad School, did 3 years there, graduated in first class phys ed majors with an
Nice.
MAT there. So
Nice.
ended up teaching, started getting into coaching, play high school ball. So I still wanted to be involved with ball some type of way and got on board, started coaching.
Right. And where's your first school you started coaching at?
First school I started coaching at was Fort Dorchester, actually.
Okay. And Coach Wheaton?
Yeah, I started with Coach Wheaton. First year he was there, we went to Lower State. I was his JV assistant coach down there. And then took a year off with school. Then got offered a job at Baptist Hill to do the girls. Stayed there for 2 years, had a good successful run there. And then job offer came here at Burke, and I said, why not give it a chance?
Definitely. So what do you think, so all in all, as we get into our conversation, and that's our main subject is, high school basketball locally. Talk about the talent here. What do you see, compared to other cities, our talent level here? Not skill level, but the talent level in our overall production. What are our faults you see as a coach, seeing overall talent?
The talent is here to be taken. Our kids here, they're not fundamentally sound all the time, but they're athletes.
Definitely.
A lot of athletes in the area, they just miss the fundamentals. They think what they see on TV is easily replicated. It takes time, it takes practice. You gotta be committed to your craft. Take the time and develop your skills. Our kids here, just because they're athletes, don't necessarily mean they can't excel in a particular sport. They can excel, but it just takes time. It doesn't come always easy for all.
Right, and that's why we're kind of getting to this whole approach with high school basketball, because we got to highlight our kids, we got to highlight our athletes,
Definitely.
and condition them, the walks of life in this sport, on how to be student athletes. Talk about this upcoming season and some of your rivalry games you got coming up, and what's your expectation for it?
Well, this upcoming season, I'm returning pretty much the whole team except for three seniors. Graduated 3 seniors last year, so we're still pretty young. Got a solid nucleus coming back. Our expectation this year is turn it up another notch. When I first got in, took over, I know there was a strong tradition of Burke basketball going to the playoffs. They hadn't missed the playoffs in 20 plus years. In my first year, we missed the playoffs. But last year we picked it back up and we got back in. They got a taste of it in their mouth, so now they're hungry for more. This year we got a pretty good schedule. We got four 4A schools on our schedule. That being West Ashley, Colleton County, Fort Dorchester is on there as well. If we meet up with them in the Monty Risher Classic, and also we're playing Colleton County. So we got a pretty decent schedule as far as that goes. Our expectation is to go in, take it game by game, and hopefully we come out on top with the region, starting with the region and make this run deep into the playoffs, and we can talk about it come March.
Definitely. So, as a whole, Coach, where do you see the void points that need to be filled in order to, because as far as education-wise, kids need to do that, skill development, they need to do that. What do you need from the community per se? What type of support versus coming here and supporting the games? The kids may need shoes, jerseys. What some things that you would need paid for SAT tests?
Yeah,
things of that. Give the community some
things
that you see that they can help with.
The biggest thing the community can come out and do is just show your face and let us know you're there. Support the kids, not only when they're winning,
Good point.
but also support them when they're losing. We lose a game. I always tell the kids, hey, players win games and coaches lose games. But the community plays a big part in that too. Just let us know you're there, you support us, we ride together. We win together, we lose together, we won. And that's the biggest thing, just be consistent with it. Always come out and keep the encouragement going. Some of these kids, some of their parents don't never come to the game, but if they can spot that one constant face that they always see and that kid's name, that may mean a lot to them. You never know what they could be thinking. Oh, he came to this game.
Right.
He came to that game.
Right.
Especially if it's just an away game.
Right.
It's easy to come to a home game, but who want to get in their car and drive out when you have no child necessarily on the team? But you can spot this one kid, oh, I'm going to see him, regardless of how much he play. He'll know, she'll know that you're there to support them.
And you never know, that kid might, could get an extra burst of energy just because seeing a familiar face in the fan, in the stands, and that's all that's important.
Ready for a hard day's work, baby. Just so I ain't gotta watch y'all miss no more layups, so y'all we just gonna run for a couple of minutes. That's all. Just so I ain't gotta watch no more miss layups. That's the last one, don't count. That's the last one, don't count.
Dating we find better mindful.
So, first game, North Charleston, Burke, December 6th. Tell us a little bit about that. How do you feel about the game coming up?
Well, I've been in my share of rivalries, Baptist Association, back in 2012, Wednesdae won, but I think this year tops it all. Burke in North Charleston. When you think about Charleston, you think about two elite basketball programs down here, which is North Charleston and Burke. Tradition that started way back before I was even born. Just coming in here, just trying to just let the guys understand the magnitude of the game, but at the same time, the purpose of it. A lot of times you get caught up in Burke and Charleston, but at the same time, you still have to go out and win the game. Last year it meant a whole lot because we were in the same conference, so that game meant a whole lot. Based down, this game is a non-conference game, so we want to approach it a little different. We want to approach it with the mindset of winning, but at the same time, not making it more bigger than what it is. But as coaches, you get excited for it, the kids get excited for it, the week leading up to it is exciting. So we're ready for it, but December 2nd, we travel to Wednesdae. That's our main goal.
So, you coach at Wednesdae, so that's a whole different, you got two back-to-back rivalries per se in itself. Take us a little bit back about Coach Grant, where you're from, and then how this thing kind of fell into your lap.
So little country boy, grew up down in Hollywood, South Carolina. Really wasn't big on basketball, but really got connected with my uncle who's now playing professionally over in Austria. He kind of got me connected with it, and I fell in love with basketball. played at Baptist High School, played 2 years under Cy Alexander down in South Carolina State. So that experience really was big for me. Really wasn't never an elite athlete, but I was a smart basketball player. Had a lot of the guys that kind of told me that I had a coaching mentality in me. So I kind of picked it up where I helped the partner line during the summertime with travel ball, and it kind of took off from there. A lot of opportunity back down in Baptist Hill. Really kind of struggled at times because Baptist Hill was predominantly a football school per se. But my experience down there kind of helped me to the point where I'm at now. But I really wanted to take the basketball thing to another level. And again, when you think basketball, Burke, North Charleston, the 2 league programs. So those 2 programs at that time were the only programs that I would actually leave Baptist Hill for. Because I really wanted to take this thing real seriously. Coach Earl Brown, Coach Beasley from Buford, Coach Sam Frederick, those guys were the guys that I spoke to prior to me taking the job as far as me being serious about it, because I really want to have that longevity that those guys have being at a program and being successful. So here I am at North Charleston now, and just looking to kind of build off what North Charleston was back in the days. And I told the guys, and they can take it personally or they can kind of run with it, but I want them to get North Charleston back to the point where teams were afraid to play North Charleston. Right now, no one's afraid to play us, so we got to get back to that mindset of having people afraid to play North Charleston. And I think we're steadily making progress towards that.
Good. And you in the low country, basketball is taking a drop as far as production. You're in a situation now that helps you have very important. What do you see yourself doing for kids in this area, being that you have the opportunity to do it as far as getting kids places? That's very important.
Well, the first thing I did was when I first got the job, and what I currently do is I give them an environment to take them away from the streets. So we do it in the gym. So I open the gyms up on the weekends just for that 2 to 3 hours that they can be in here other than being out there. Another thing that we also implement is study hall. My guys it's mandatory that we do study hall either before practice or after. And we have early practice, we have study hall after. And we have late practice, we have study hall before. Then I'm also with the guidance department. If they're an elite athlete that I feel that can play at the next level, we make sure we follow the required steps as far as SAT, NCAA clearinghouse requirements, and all those things to make sure they have that in line. Because again, as a coach, I want them to meet me halfway, but I try to take all the excuses away from the student athletes. So I have them in line with that, and my guidance department does a real good job of keeping me up to date with what's going on. So we work hand in hand to make sure that our kids get the best possible ingredients to make whatever the end result is. We make sure that that's all in place for them. So it's a progress again, man, Jamel, and it's a work in progress, but I'm all for it. I'm all for the challenge, and hopefully good things gonna happen, and we're going to take the necessary things to do to make sure our kids are not only athletically bound but educationally bound too.
you.